What's happening?
You look good, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. You have a meeting at like 9:30, right? Or 10 or something?
Just have our 10:30.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Then it's good we all ride together.
All right.
What's up, Kaufman?
What's up, big dog?
Dude, you're dressing nice today.
Come on, baby.
Looking slick.
Alex Kaufman here, Teifke Real Estate.
Okay.
Gonna take y'all through the day today. Andrew's got us out here looking at bushes, looking at traffic, posing, taking some pictures for the new website.
Cool.
So excited to show y'all what we got going on today. We are going downtown Austin next. Look at some more scenery, pose some more. Serious pictures, smiling pictures.
Okay.
Shot on a scooter.
Oh shit. I knew I heard that name.
We recording?
Yeah.
You want to just record the whole conversation all the way there?
ABR. Always be recording. Yeah. Oh, are we having a phone call?
No.
Oh. Like our conversation? Yeah.
Where are we going?
6th Street and 35.
Okay. Andrew ABR, Tree ABC.
So tomorrow you guys have a coaching client?
Yep.
So what do you guys know what you're talking about tomorrow with the client?
Yeah, this guy is looking to purchase a buy and hold. He wants to be...
First time?
I don't think it's his first time buying a house, but I think it's his first time buying a rental. And I think he wants to be all in around 165K. So we're not focusing on Austin. He's going to be focusing on markets like San Antonio, Houston was mentioned, New Braunfels, but I think we're leaning more towards San Antonio.
Okay.
So helping him get connected with some wholesalers, an agent there that is, works with investors and understands what he's looking for, and helping him walk through that process. We got a call with him today. He's meeting the wholesaler. If he has to put some work into it, he will. The idea though is cash flow, so it's not necessarily flipping it. And I'm sure if we can find one that doesn't need any work, the shorter burn, he'll go that route as well. He's not necessarily looking to, it doesn't have to be a house that needs work.
Have you ever bought anything in San Antonio?
I haven't.
Matt, are you still no San Antonio yet?
Strongly looking at it, especially with our coaching client, Don. So we're, like Alex said, we're interviewing the wholesaler, and we're going to be able to start getting plugged in by meeting these wholesalers, meeting these agents. But I think if I was to try and do something in San Antonio, it would need to be a small apartment complex. Just because the infrastructure that we need to put in place with the contractors and the management and the brokers, and just doing it for one property would be tricky. So yeah, I'm definitely interested. I know that you can get apartments for $70,000 a door, $80,000 a door, and if we could find
Probably even cheaper.
Yeah, maybe even cheaper. If we could find a 10 to 30 unit that was something that not a lot of people have seen, and there's a good value to add, then absolutely that'd be an exciting project. And
looks good in the middle of the streets.
Thank you, man.
Hey, look at me here. Man, that's $1 million hair.
$1 million hair.
Thank you.
Yes,
$1
sir.
million hair. Right there.
Yes, sir.
Tailor-made suit. Hey, H-Town. And Austin, Texas. Hey, that guy look good. Y'all recognize that guy in that blue suit? Hey, hello.
That's why I wear the suit. Get those type of reactions.
Getting all the ladies.
That's deja vu. I feel like I've had that exact scene happen before.
Yeah.
Photo shoot done. Leaving South Congress. Now we're about to head back to the office and do our weekly investor training. Today we actually have a guest coming on to ignore the beeping. Sounds like we're in a forklift as we reverse in the Prius. But we've actually got a guest coming on that this is from Texas National Title or Capital Title?
Capital Title.
Capital Title is going to be running through what, a closing statement?
Yep, going through a settlement statement and kind of walking through line items, how to look at it, and what all the costs are, where they come from, and just kind of going through any questions that our agents may have as well. Good people though.
And then later today, we got a couple phone calls. Andrew and I are gonna go do some driving for dollars. We'll just kind of see what the day brings. It's Friday. Beautiful day here in Austin, Texas.
What do they say about your hair down here, downtown Austin?
What do you say? It's $1 million haircut?
$1 million haircut.
$1 million haircut.
Dang! That's fresh.
You know what's really weird is I get a lot. It's weird saying it. I get a lot of comments from men about the way I look, and it always trips me out.
Dude, that's how it is, man.
Do you?
Women never, like, they don't care about how good your body is or what your hair looks like, but dudes are like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's odd. I never know how to respond.
Yeah. Maybe go give him a kiss on the mouth or something. All right.
All right, man, sounds good. And we got a call at 10:30 if you want to hop on.
Yeah, okay, I'll check. I'll try to get in.
If you're out showing houses, don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll go for sure.
All right, have a good day, Ivan. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, man. You too. Bye.
See ya.
See the
First lead, dude. That's exciting. Makes me remember what
I
it was
know.
like to have my first lead.
I think setting that up yesterday was a really good decision.
Yeah. So all our agents are on there?
Whoever signed up, I invited them all.
Trying to reiterate.
Except for like Jake, you know.
You guys, we're talking about, we signed up for Op City.
Yep. So OpCity, which is really Realtor.com, will, if our agents sign up, they'll send our agents leads, you know, and the better they do, the better leads they'll get, the more frequently they'll get them. They kept telling me yesterday that Matt received 9 leads in the last 7 days, and they're like, he really needs to start taking advantage of these and doing this, that, and the other. And I had to explain to him that you weren't really interested in taking those on. We were really kind of giving everything to our agents.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think it'll be good. We had 1, 2, 3 sign up for sure, and I'm not sure whoever else or if anybody else signed up, but you know, it's there for them if they want to.
Yeah, it's cool to start implementing these lease leads for some of our agents that are trying to get their sales up and running off the ground. And OpCity's one where we got these leasing training calls every Thursday. And did y'all see Brandon's post?
Yeah.
He said it's the easiest $1,000 he's ever made yesterday, and it's from going through this leasing system that OC's helping create. So pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good, man. It gives them a chance to start making money immediately.
And then that was, can our agents just call you on your cell phone at any time?
Yeah, so I'm available for them. Matt's always available for them. emailing them late. But yeah, they can absolutely call anytime.
Yeah, I probably have maybe 15 calls a day from our agents, and they're usually pretty quick. But one thing I've learned now that we're really focusing on the brokerage is the calls are coming in a lot more, and you really have to try and be available as quick as possible, because most of the time they're calling about something they're actively doing, a contract they're writing up, a property they're trying to get inside of. And so as the broker, you got to try and be there for them.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah. You know, most of the times if you call back an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later, they've already either moved on or figured it out. And you know, as a broker and trying to build that, you just got to be there for your agents, because if that happens 3 or 4 times in a row, then they might look at switching brokerages.
Yeah, I think they really appreciate the support that's there for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they do call all the time and answer immediately if I'm available.
Yeah. Do other brokerages, like, do the brokers, are they as available as that, like, or are they kind of like?
I can't speak from personal experience, but I can tell you that a lot of our agents have come to us and stated that they weren't receiving the type of support they're currently receiving.
Yeah.
So,
Does that make sense?
you're saying do a test run before spending all the money?
Yeah, like just do an operating agreement, which is fine. We can send that same operating agreement to.
Yeah, but it's not an operating agreement. It's a little different, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, whatever, just like an agreement with Tommy, Sam, and I guess OC.
Mm-hmm.
And then if these things start actually working out, we would go create a like series LLC. We have one LLC with a bunch of smaller LLCs within it, and the reason for doing that, like what I'm talking about, the simplicity form works, but the other one would limit our liability.
Yeah, it protects everything, and that's
like if construction gets in a lawsuit, then the brokerage is fine.
right.
But the way we have it now, it's all just one.
Right. No, I get it. You're the one who's like, no, we don't need to worry about liability. It doesn't say that you click that lead, and so you know, I don't know if you need to do something in the app where you accept it or where you. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's telling me that. Does that make sense?
So I received the text. Well, the application sent me this notification, and it said pretty much like information of the customer, and then the application said accept lead or decline lead. So I clicked accept, and then right now on my app it says new alerts, you won, and then pretty much like, I guess I don't know if I need to do like the update status.
Yeah, so what you got to do, I think, is you got to continuously go in there and upload notes. I've never done it from y'all's end, so I'm not exactly sure how it works, but they did make it clear yesterday that we need to let our agents know that they need to continuously update the process. Like, you know, I don't know how it looks, but maybe reached out to lead, helping apply, or I'm not sure how it works.
I'm in here. I'm not sure. Give me a second. I'm opening the app. I mean, here it says Angela, her name, and then it says leasing, notes, lender, settlement. It doesn't really have anything else.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I mean, if you're doing it right, by all means. I just wasn't sure.
I just got that.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to make sure that everything was good.
Even on my app, it says.
So what are we about to do?
We got the training in 3 minutes.
What's the training?
This is a training. We're bringing in some escrow officers from Capital Title. They're going to be running through, what's it called? Closing statement.
Yeah, I'm just looking this up real quick. Christina, I think it's her title company is called Netco actually.
Oh, is it?
Netco Title. And she's bringing on one of her partners, and we're gonna go through the settlement statement.
Who's that?
Sorry. I was thinking if this is my computer and how much battery you have.
Yes, go ahead and take it.
60.
I'm gonna join with
Do you mind?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we every Friday at 10:30. This training is for investors specifically, right?
Yep. Anybody?
Interested in
Anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
anyone and everyone.
We get a lot of people that are investors. We get some agents that join. We get people who are interested in learning about investing.
And sometimes you guys lead, and then sometimes you guys have guest speakers come on.
Yep. Sometimes we lead. We like to bring in guest speakers to come in and experts and share their experience and their expertise, like we are today. Mm-hmm. 2 escrow officers are going to come in and talk about closing process and what to look for in documents and run through some documents with everybody in here.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's whatever our agents want. We're just trying to try new things. It's probably going to be, looking a lot different in 2 months. So we ask people what they want, and we're coming up with it on the fly, but just adding as much value as we can. And it's all over the place, but most of the time it's just Alex and I. And yeah.
Nice.
And Lexi.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, appreciate y'all. All right, guys on the team, anyone need anything? Have any special requests? All right, thanks everybody. Go get it. We're working all weekend, so don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks, Monica. Thanks, everyone.
Y'all have a good day. Yeah, how do you know those people?
Just
Christina?
Yeah, just what I do, coffees.
She's always in our real estate investor group talking about watermelons.
Yeah, somebody reported her on our Facebook.
That was actually a cold caller from the Philippines that reported her.
Seriously?
Yeah. She sent me a message wanting to cold call for me. It'd be cool to get a title company that does deal with wholesaling transactions.
Yeah, we already have one. Independence title.
No, I mean like to talk about like what you can do, what you can't do. Don't let a title company do this. Always make sure you say this.
Right. We can do that. We can make that happen.
Because they're like, oh, wholesaling.
I don't even. What do you mean?
Well, it's really cool because it's not hard to get people to come join when you've got 20 to 30 people calling in. So they're like, heck yeah. I mean, that's 20 potential leads.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that that this particular title company and a lot of title companies just aren't familiar with wholesaling?
That's a good question. I think it's just become more popular in the last 5, maybe 10 years. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I don't understand it. Like, people are always like, yeah, it's not illegal. I'm like, why are we even saying that?
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
No one.
Because like, there's this stigma that there's something wrong with it.
Right.
And I don't know what it is, but
I do.
What?
Realtors feel like they're cut out.
Yeah, realtors, and also I think maybe part of the problem is you don't have to have a license to be a wholesaler. Uh-huh. And so there are some wholesalers that are shady, and they act like they're the actual buyers.
Yeah. Where
the people that are good just tell them, like, it might be me, it might be someone else, but regardless, we're going to do everything we can to close. Mm-hmm. And some people just don't say that, and then they have their inspection period, and then that's when other people show up. Mm-hmm. And so it just gives people a bad name, and you kind of think people are doing stuff that's shady. Yeah. If they're not upfront about it.
Right. Do you think that there will ever be a time when wholesaling is regulated like regular real estate sales is now?
I feel like, just my opinion with the way that the internet's going, mm-hmm. is that it's becoming easier and easier for people to sell their houses. You know,
without an agent.
Yeah, without an agent, and you know, basically there's knowledge that wholesalers have, and there's a inefficiency in the way a transaction's handled that allows them to capture some of that value. And if everyone knows about Open Door and all these other websites, they're going to go there first, and then they'll talk to a wholesaler later. And Open Doors offers pretty good a lot of times. So that's why we're all about just being adaptive and flexible and creative on the fly, because things are always going to be changing, and we don't want to just stick to one model that works. I don't think that it's going to go away completely, but
what's that?
Wholesaling. I mean, there's always going to be opportunities for people that put in the work, but it definitely just gets more challenging every day, and it's new. So, I think people just don't know about it. I honestly believe that 95% of realtors don't know what assigning or wholesaling is. I really think that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wholesaling. I mean, just a personal viewpoint, I think it's great that many people without a license are able to practice real estate in that way, and they can make money in that way. And I respect and encourage entrepreneurship. And, you know, I mean, I don't see why it shouldn't matter to people if you're not involved in something and it's not directly affecting you, how somebody is making their money. And if a seller is getting the agreed price that they agreed to sell the house for, what does it really matter?
Yeah. And the market, you know, this is a lot of these things are like free market or driven by the free market. It's like you can't wholesale a deal if there's no value in it. So you're still giving somebody below value deal that they might not have seen. And we had Kyle Marcotte come on and talk from syndications, and he's like, if someone wholesales me a deal for an apartment, that's great. I love it. It means they're finding deals. I respect that. That's how we view it. And
maybe the owner couldn't have found a buyer the traditional route or the other way. And I think a lot of owners go with wholesalers, whether they know they're cash buyer or wholesaler, because they tried to go the traditional route and maybe it didn't work. Maybe they weren't able to sell their property, and they would much prefer just to get an agreed lower price, not having to deal with a bunch of headache, and get a cash offer.
Yeah.
And most of the time you're doing hard money day one. So on typical transactions you don't have that, and so you can just back out, and you know, as a seller you just took your house off the market and you're not going to close. But if you get 10K hard, you got $10,000.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, there's other things that can go wrong too. Say they do get past the option period, the earnest money does go non-refundable, but you get to the, you know, last week of closing, and the lender in the traditional route says, no, we're not going to fund this deal because of X, Y, and Z. When if you're dealing with a cash buyer or hard money, they can get the deal done as long as the value is there.
A lot easier, a lot less friction.
Yeah.
With the deal.
Can be. They're, you know, each deal is different. Each deal can get hairy, but
yeah.
I respect wholesalers. I mean, it blows my mind that people don't like wholesaling. I love wholesaling.
Me too.
Just personally.
Yeah.
I like wholesalers. You know, they don't bother me at all.
Yeah.
I respect somebody going out there and getting it.
Yeah.
So that's the wrap for the vlog this morning. It's 11:12 Friday morning. I personally got some stuff to handle on, which is great. We're not doing this on the vlog. Just a lot of back end stuff of website, some spreadsheets, setting some stuff up for our accountant. And so I'm going to be working on that the rest of the day, helping out our agents that are just signed up for OpCity, helping them navigate this program as they get the leads coming in, and they're going about tackling these in the proper way to stay in good standings in the system.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's pretty cool. It's 11 o'clock. We've got a lot done. And I have a 12:30 lunch. It's kind of part of my networking deal that I do. Just a new wholesaler in town. I try to get on everyone's list and just be super plugged into the deals. We've got a 2 o'clock coaching call, and then we're waiting on one of our agents, Doreen, to see if she set up a viewing for a house that we might be looking at as well. So between all that, I'm sure, you know, Alex and I will talk 10 times more today. We'll probably talk to our agents 10 times as well. But that's the life, baby. And it's Friday, and the weekend really gets gets the agents active and showing properties as well. So in some ways, we're just getting started for the week.
See you guys next Friday.
Yeah, guys, we'll see y'all next Friday. We're excited. We're just trying to give everything we can out, and hopefully you guys find this super valuable. Thanks for tuning in.